will be doing French toast. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Sorry about my bad French accent. If I offended anybody, well, too bad, it's food. Anyway, so yes, today we will be making one of my favorite breakfast foods, French toast. So we're gonna go over here, and we have all of our ingredients set up. Now, I love French toast. It's really easy to do, and it's super tasty. One of the things you can do is you can actually make the custard and immediately cook it, or you can actually put the custard in the refrigerator, leave it overnight, and have it for the morning after, so it's really easy to do. That's actually what we're going to do today, so let's begin, shall we? First off, we have our bowl here. Now, we're going to crack in 1 egg. All right, that's our egg. Now, one of the things that I want to say about French toast is it's very important to get the ratio of the custard correct. Now, a good rule of thumb is for every 1 egg, you're going to use about 1/4 cup of liquid, basically your cream, whatever you're going to use, milk, buttermilk, etc. So we have our egg. Now we're going to start adding our seasonings. So first off, as per usual, salt and pepper. We're just going to sprinkle in some salt, sprinkle in some pepper, and then go on to the good stuff. So next, we have cinnamon. Now, cinnamon is a must for French toast. It's always good, it's super delicious, and we're gonna be really generous with the cinnamon. So let's go ahead and get that in. As you can see, I'm adding quite a lot, but that's okay, it's gonna work. Now we're gonna add just a little dash of nutmeg. Now, you don't wanna go too far with nutmeg. Nutmeg can overpower your dish. It is very strong. You literally just want like a sprinkle of nutmeg. So any more than a sprinkle, and it's gonna be terrible. Now we have our cloves right here. Some ground cloves. You do a little more ground cloves than you did with the nutmeg. Little bit like that. It's perfect. Just more enhancements for the cinnamon. Now we have here some honey. We're gonna go ahead and just do a teeny drizzle of some honey right into our mixture. I'm just gonna go just around once and taper it off. Honey done, easy. Now we have here is some bourbon. Now you might think, all right, we're adding the alcohol. No, it's not just to put alcohol in the food. This actually gives it a really good flavor and takes it to the next level. So we're gonna add just a little splash of bourbon. Woo! It's a good amount there. So just that little splash of bourbon, and it really helps to elevate the dish. Adds a layer of complexity to the flavors, gives it a little bit of a bite. Okay, so we have that together. Now we're going to mix these ingredients with our whisk. Now whisk this together. Now this might seem like it's actually just a small amount. It is. I'm just making some for myself tomorrow. You can make this in larger quantities for having a lot of guests. Whisk, 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 until all of that is incorporated with the egg. Now, the amount that I'm making here should be good for about 2 pieces of French toast, maybe 3, so if you're making for more people, just, increase the recipe by however many people. All right. Now we're gonna add in our cream. Now, what I have here is a 1/4 cup, as I said earlier, 1/4 cup for every egg of mixture. Now, you can use half and half. I actually like to make my own mixture of milk and heavy cream because half and half might not always be the best ingredients. So I try to just do it myself. So we're just gonna add that in and whisk. And you really see it just start to blend. The whole custard lightens up. And you just whisk it. Voila! It is done. That's it, you guys. It's that simple. That's how you get a good custard for the French toast. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge. We're going to come back to it tomorrow morning for breakfast, and we will go ahead and start cooking our French toast. So, I will see you guys in the morning. Okay everybody, we're back. Good morning. So our custard has been chilling overnight, so now we're ready to have breakfast. We're going to go ahead and make our French toast. I have all the food behind me. We're going to go ahead and cook this, and it's going to be super delicious and yummy. Let's go! Okay everyone, so here we are at the stove. We're going to go ahead and just turn it on, get this thing nice and hot, and go ahead and start cooking our French toast. So I just got the bread there. We have our custard, so give it a little shake, mix it up, make sure you get all the solids off the bottom because the cinnamon and the other spices will settle a little. So we're just going to pour that out onto the plate. You see how it's really thick and creamy? Super amazing, super delicious. Okay, so that's done. Just put that over there. Now we are going to take our bread and put it right in the custard. Now, with bread, sometimes I've seen people, they just put it in and flip it right away and throw it in the pan. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you give the bread time to really absorb the custard. So we're actually going to let this sit for almost about a minute, and then we're going to flip it to the other side and do the same. So that's going to give it plenty of time to really absorb the custard and be awesome, delicious, creamy, crispy French toast. Alright, so that should be about good for one side. We've let it go for about a minute. Now we're going to go ahead and flip it. Just grab it, flip it over on the other side. Look how thick the custard is. It just seems to almost glaze the French toast. It's super delicious. It really works. It's one of my favorite recipes. So we're going to let this side soak in, and then we're going to put it into our pan. Alright everyone, so our bread has been soaking. Got our nice, delicious brioche. So I'm going to go ahead and take some butter to get the pan nice and greased up. Got to make sure the pan is greased, otherwise the custard will just burn and stick to the pan. Nobody wants that. Alright, so the butter's in. Pan is hot, but not too hot. You don't want your pan to be hot, maybe about medium high. If it's on too high, the butter will just start to burn and caramelize, and it'll just totally char the custard and make the French toast really tasty. It'll almost have a bitter taste to it. It won't be very good. So just get your butter to sit there for a second. Gets a little hot. You don't want it to brown. You don't want brown butter French toast. Now that that's ready, we take our French toast and we just drop it in. One side at a time. Alright. Now it looks like there's a lot of butter in the pan, but this is actually a good amount of butter. We want it to have a decent amount of depth. If it's too thin, if it's too thin, the bread will actually absorb some of the butter, and then you won't have any in the pan to flip to the other side, which, of course, is bad. So we're going to let this cook, and then when this side's done, we're going to flip it, and then we will have our beautiful French toast. Alright guys, so it's been about, I'd say, a minute and a half, 2 minutes. It doesn't take very long. Now we're going to go ahead and flip our bread. One thing you can see, well, you don't see it, you can smell is this amazing aroma throughout the house. So give the pan a swirl, make sure the butter is moved, and you just flip it. Boom! Look at that. Beautiful crust on one side, and now we're giving the other side a nice little crust. The butter has just started to brown, but it's not browned yet, so we are going to successfully avoid all that bitter flavor. Alright everyone, so our toast is done in the pan. I'm just going to go ahead and take that out. Turn this off so no one gets burned. Now, it isn't done cooking yet. So what's happened is we have our crust on the outside, but remember the bread has absorbed a lot of the custard. So we need to make sure that the custard on the inside is cooked. So we're going to put this on a baking sheet. And I got 2 pieces of bacon here, from leftover bacon. We're going to have some bacon with breakfast. And we're just going to take it over to the oven and actually let it cook in the oven for a little bit. That will cook the custard on the inside, and you'll get a beautiful, fluffy French toast all the way through. Let's go, shall we? Okay, so we're at the oven. We're going to go ahead and put our French toast in. And then close it up. Alright, so the French toast should only take just a couple of minutes in the oven, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes if it's really kind of underdone. And then we will have our final beautiful French toast and we can have breakfast. let's get eating. Okay everyone, so the French toast should be about done by now. I actually forgot to mention earlier, the oven is going to be at 370 degrees on bake function. Anyway, not 375 degrees on bake function. Sorry, I keep mixing up my numbers today. Anyway, let's go ahead and take our French toast out. It's right here. And you can see it really, really beautiful. Yum. That is going to be delicious. Okay, so let's go ahead and take our French toast out. Put it on the plate next to the bacon. And now comes the best part. I'm pretty sure this is everyone's favorite. Can you guess what that is? Of course! Maple syrup! Now I actually just took the syrup and I put it in the microwave for just maybe 12 seconds. Nothing crazy. Now we're just going to drizzle that all over the French toast. This is super good. Yum. Alright, and that is our beautiful French toast. Alright everybody, so that was our French toast. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Cooking with Shadow. We will be coming back again with more exciting recipes in the future. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications, or even better yet, bookmark my page so you don't get lost in YouTube's crazy search engine. I will see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye!